Thank you.
Is that okay here? Good deal. All right. Official here, and I'll call the agency executive committee or the agency committee to order. Welcome everybody today. It appears that we do have a quorum present. As with any great endeavor, we'll let Mayor Jordan lead us with the invocation, and you can bless our food, and that way when we're done yapping, we can.
Yes, sir. Okay. Name we pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this wonderful and blessed day. Thank you for each person that's here. And we just pray safe travels as they go back to their respective businesses and where they need to go. And we thank you for the many, many blessings you've given us individual. And as a First Tennessee Human Resource Agency, we thank you for them and ask you to bless this agency and just help us to praise your name and take this food and nourish our bodies. And thank you most of all for Jesus. In his name I pray, amen.
Thanks, Mayor. All right, is there anybody present that wishes to address the board with public comment on items on the agenda? We have not got anybody joining us via satellite, do we?
Yeah, there's three.
Oh, there is?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're up top right there.
Okay. Bubba, can you hear us?
They're muted.
Oh, they're all on mute, okay. All right, so,
Yes, I can hear you.
all right, good deal.
I couldn't find my mute button.
All right. We'll go back to sleep, Mayor.
I-
All right, so without anyone wishing to do public comments, then we'll move on to item number 3, old business, which is the approval of the prior minutes, and I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting. So moved.
Second.
All right. We have a motion and a second discussion on any of the minutes from the previous meeting. Then hearing none, all in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it, the minutes are approved. New business, the financial report, Ms. Judy.
Okay, if you look behind the first tab, you'll find the financial report. It's only for 2 months, so there's not really a lot going on at this point. But at this point, everything looks real good. We are a little behind in getting some of our contract revenue in and transportation, and that's why you'll see a deficit there. But that will not be a problem probably after the next month or so. But everything else looks very normal and good, actually. So, does anybody have any questions?
Pretty straight.
Make a motion to accept.
All right, motion by Mayor Jordan to accept the financial report. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, we have a second. Any further discussion on the financial? Well, then hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, the financial report is approved. The next 7 items will be covered by our director, and he can just work from one item to the next.
Yes. Next thing in your packet, item number 2 is recent monitoring reports. We do, at our adult day service program here in Johnson City, in the Keystone facility, we do serve food, so it is subject to health department inspection. And I'm happy to report that we did receive a perfect 100, which is always what we want to. So that's included in your packet. It doesn't require approval, but it's just for your information services. Item number 3, and this would require a vote, our Title VI policy. It's something other that you guys are probably familiar with your own organizations. It's a requirement of all of our grants. We have reviewed this with our grantors, TDOT, to get their commentary, and they are fine with it. But we would need a motion to approve, and it is just a formality, as you guys are familiar.
I move for approval.
All right, we have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve Title VI policy update. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have the policies approved.
Item number 4, many of you guys have served on the board for a while, may be familiar with this, if you're not. I'm sure it's been brought up in your organizations as well. The state statute, there is a conflict of interest, and we do have one with the agency as well. That's included in your packet.
Stopped up for
Is the page there where it has
Labor Day.
signature requirement, we do have to keep that on file. So if you all would, please sign that and,
Well, I don't know who told, but I didn't know nothing about it.
here shortly. And there is a section to disclose if you do have any conflict of interest. That was a comment from our auditors in years past. We've never had anybody disclose anything. So we had to put that line in there, but, I don't think, if anything ever arises, please feel free to let me know and we can get our legal folks involved. If you have any question or concern. But, doesn't require any vote if you guys would just fill that out for us. Item number 5 is public entity partners. That's our insurance through the old TML program. They do some grant funding every year, and we do apply for it. This is with our property insurance. They call it property conservation matching grant, and I think this one is we spend 2,000 and we get 1,000 match, so it's a 50%. We're utilizing the funds to cover some security cameras at the property we recently purchased over in Elizabeth. And it's money that we've spent anyway. But I would ask for y'all to approve that.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the public entity partners property conservation grant? So moved. So moved. Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on item number 5? Application of the grant does require 50% match, but it's money that's gonna be well spent. So. All right. Then hearing none, all in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item number 5 is approved.
Okay, item number 6, very similar to our Title VI policy. We do have to do with our transportation program, NatTrans, an annual safety plan. It does have a lot of statistical information in it and whatnot. This is our updated plan. And again, it is a formality, but we do have to get it approved by the board. I have reviewed it, and our transportation director, Ms. Long, has as well, and we recommend approval.
It was also unanimously approved by the executive board last week, so. Is there a motion to approve the, or adopt the safety plan? All right, and we have a second. Discussion on item number 6. The safety plan. And hearing none, all in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item number 6 is approved.
Item number 7, we haven't done this in a while, but I'm sure you guys are probably talking about, if you all haven't done it, is how inflation has increased the price on everything. And there has been some statute changes at the state level that would increase our ability to increase our formal bid limit. It's currently 25,000. We request that to be approved up to 50. That better syncs up with a lot of our grants and the different requirements on that, and help us reduce some administrative burden sometimes on things. But if we did mention it to the executive committee, and they did approve it, recommend your all's approval as well.
So then I would accept a motion to approve item number 7.
So moved.
So moved. Second. And we have a second. Any discussion on item number 7, adoption of the purchasing policy update that was recommended at the threshold?
What's the difference between the 10 to 25,000 and over 50 or 49.9?
Let me look at it here before I speak out to the mayor report. What was the question again, Mayor Doherty?
It's Jody.
Yeah.
That's okay. Must have been 3 documented quotes when possible, and then it says formal bid. What's the difference between the formal bid and getting 3 quotes and doing?
Okay, a formal bid is actual publication in a local newspaper. And it would be sealed, so it's submittal.
Okay,
Quote is a little bit more informal, so you're not having to publicize it in the paper, simply more picking up the phone, calling, getting information.
good deal. Thank you.
And I don't think, Cal, it changes it doesn't change the, category or the criteria. It just raises the limit up to just below 50,000.
That's correct.
I just wondered what the difference was.
Yeah.
And that was
One's a little bit more formal.
the deal, and it takes longer.
Yeah, it does.
All right, okay, so any further discussion on the purchasing policy update? All right, then hearing none, all in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it, the purchasing policy update is accepted. Item number 7, item number 8.
Item number 8, executive director's report. Just have a few items to make you all aware of. Every year we have a local competition for our van drivers. It's both a skills test and a written test. Think about it like when you first got your driver's license. You're going 55 miles an hour, how long will it take to stop? All those type questions. Our winners of the local competition go to the statewide competition, and they're competing against transit providers throughout the state, both large and small. And I'm happy to report, and COVID kind of messed us up, but I want to say 3 out of the last 5 years, we've had winners. This year, we took first and second place. Our first place winner was Randy Gosnell from Carter County. And Keith Huskins, who's a Green County driver, took second place.
That's 3 in a row.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, I know we've had a Green County driver every year, it seems like. The first place winner, Randy Gosnell, will go to the national competition. We have had our driver place as high as 5th national. So we wish him well. Just to let you know, if you this is something that comes up about every year this time of the year. I do teach a night course at East Tennessee State University College of Business. Has asked me to do it again. It does not conflict with my work here because it is after hours. But I did want to make you just aware of that. It's something I've done. This is getting ready to be my 5th year that I've done that. And I really enjoy it. It's been the students in their career paths and hopefully get them on the right trajectory.
What's the class?
I teach, well, I've actually taught 3 different classes in the past. I've taught corporate finance. I teach a real estate class, principles of real estate, and currently I'm teaching the real estate and an accounting class, governmental accounting. So opioid abatement, we as an agency will be applying for the opioid abatement. They have some community grants available. Specifically, we're looking at our transportation area. That's a need that's always exists as far as getting people where they need to go. We do currently transport people to those facilities for recovery treatment, but we think there's a way that we can further augment those services. Well, we do have some complementary services. We're in the court system every day, both on the misdemeanor and felony sides in our probation program. We are in the recovery court and work very closely in the recovery court program. And as well, we do have, and we'll talk about that here in a second. We have worked with the Department of Labor grant for about 15 years. So we do have some job training experience to get people placed in employment that we can bridge in as well. Our net trans program as well, I've got some good news to report. I feel like we hit the lottery almost. Because, last time I was talking about how we haven't been able to buy vans in 3 years. And as you all probably saw the news, what happens? They go on strike. But we got our orders in. We got 10 vans delivered already. And we've got 10 that we got VIN numbers for. So we know they've been produced. And they're somewhere. So we're gonna get them. So we've got 20 vans that we're gonna get, which we really do need. Because we've tried like the devil to get some new vans over the last 3 years, and it has just been extremely challenging. So great news to report there. As well, did a technology upgrade recently. We use a routing logistics software. I like to say it in my simple terms. It's very much similar to what FedEx and UPS does, is watching their dots. Except they're watching packages and we're picking up people and getting them where they need to go. And it gets down to the routes that you're supposed to take to be most efficient, which roads you got right-hand turns, whether you got stop lights or stop signs or circles, get you there as quickly as possible. Our old program was about 15 years old and we did replace it and change vendors. We were using what was called Route Match. And we recently went to Eco Lane and we're already starting to see some benefits from that, from the efficiency standpoint. So, just give you that update. The last thing I had down on my list, just an update on the property we purchased in Elizabeth. And we have done some just basic work on it. We got the property surveyed. We have cut down some trees. Now we've got it surveyed to figure out whose they were. And we're putting up some perimeter fencing around it. If there's no questions, I would like to talk about one of our programs. We always like to highlight one of our programs every meeting. And today, we're going to talk about the Senior Employment Program, which is a Department of Labor grant. We do both the federal side of it and the state side. It does cover all 8 counties. And we do have participants in all 8 counties. And our director's here today, Elena Oliver. And I'm going to hand it over to her, and I know she stands between you and food, so I told her to keep it a bit short.
I've got it under 5 minutes, don't worry. All right, so my name's Elena. I'm the director of the CSEP program here. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what we do today. So CSEP, I know it can be kind of a mouthful, but it stands for Senior Community Service Employment Program. And we serve seniors who are 55 and older and unemployed. The good thing about CSEP is it doesn't affect the majority of our seniors in the fact that if they're on food stamps or if they're receiving any social security payments, or if they are in low income housing, our income for them is a stipend. So they're paid $7.25, which we match the state and federal minimum wage. So it's not going to raise their rent or take away their food stamp benefits or anything like that. And they're able to work part-time, right now up to 29 hours a week. So that's really good for them, but it's usually about 20. There are certain individuals that take priority in our program. So if we were to ever have a wait list, the people who are always at the top are our veterans, people who are 65 and older, who have disabilities, limited English speaking ability, low literacy skills, live in a more rural area, have low employment prospects, and have failed to find employment through the Job Center, who is one of our direct partners. People who are homeless or at risk for homelessness or have been formerly incarcerated. So those are some of the people that we try to take priority with and make referrals for other resources if they need any extra help. So some of the places that we put our seniors for their on-the-job training are nonprofit organizations and government agencies. And some of you may have some at your offices that are working. They are put under direct supervision at their host agency. One of my favorite things that I've done so far since I'm newer to the program is we partnered with the VA here in Johnson City. So I'm partnered with some of their employment programs. And sometimes they come across more difficult cases, placing older veterans in employment. So they'll send them to our program to get some more training and hopefully get them placed somewhere where they're able to be hired on. One of our participants is actually working at the State of Tennessee Department of Veteran Services. So she was a veteran and she is currently working at their front desk. And she's able to be trained on their computer programs and help veterans there. So that's just a really awesome thing we've been able to do. So what their day-to-day looks like, they, like I said, work 20 to 29 hours a week. And they are going to be reporting to their supervisor at their host agency. They keep track of all their hours on paper timesheets. We keep it pretty old school. And they go every day to get their job duties that are assigned. They get all their hours approved by their supervisor and turn their timesheets in bi-weekly. And they also do monthly job searches, just a part of our grant, to show that they're still looking for employment. And they also will come by our offices here, usually quarterly, and we have regular meetings where we meet with them to go over any program changes or updates. Some of the goals of the program, obviously, help reentering the workforce. We try to make it as seamless as we can. We want to provide them some essential skills training and skill enhancement to take with them into employment. And we also like to provide just some extra help with job searching. Sometimes it can be hard to navigate. You don't know what could be a scam or what's real, what's not. So we do have job coaches that help them with that as well. And also just try to get their foot in the door with other agencies to kind of raise their chances of being employed. And I'd like to do a little success story about our most recent one. I got a call on Monday from Kathy Motsinger in Johnson County. Our CSEP participant was working as the receptionist at the senior center, and she just got hired as their MyRide coordinator. So that's just one of the examples. She was already there with CSEP, so it was really seamless. She already knew everybody at the senior center and was able to get paid for her training with our grant. So CSEP is a triple win for everybody. We promote healthy aging for the seniors, offer employment opportunities, and provide labor to our partner agencies, nonprofit and government who need extra help so they're able to serve more people and do more good in the community overall. So if you know anybody, just contact us. We're enrolling in all 8 counties and I'm happy to go anywhere you need me to meet with them. And thank you guys for your time. Enjoy your Cracker Barrel.
How many people participate? I mean, you have any voted now?
Right now, on the state side, we have about 18. We have 23 slots through the state. So we have 18, and I think federally we have about 53 slots, but we're in the 30s right now. So COVID kind of lowered the enrollment numbers, but it's starting to pick up. I mean, we're busy, we're getting calls all the time. So I've been running the roads to all 8 counties doing enrollments. So we still have plenty of openings right now.
Just want to emphasize one of the things that Elena said. So the host agencies, what's in it for them is free labor. They don't have to pay anything. It's a job training program. So the wages are subsidized. So you're not for profits, governments are not for profits. To get free assistance is not hitting your bottom line, which is always a great thing because everybody needs more help. So that's never an issue. The folks that participate get the job training and get the income. So that's the kind of the triple win. That's the best way to say it.
Elena, thank you. That was a great presentation there. And Jason, we'd be remiss, I think, if every time that we got together, we didn't mention how valuable you and your agency and your staff and how hard they work as a staff. We, we're extolled weekly if you show up and listen and don't fall asleep like my father, that in as much as you've done to the least of these, you've done unto me. And this agency does some great things for the least among us. And You guys make it happen every day, and it's a wonderful opera that comes together to help people. And so thank you very much to staff members, your agency, those that inside this building that make it happen. So, all right, with that, then we have concluded the formal agenda. Does any member of the board have anything to bring before the group? Then if not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. All right, we have a motion and a second. Without objection, then we are adjourned.
Okay. Sorry, guys, I had technical difficulty. I just got on.
Not a problem, Mayor Joel.